There is a market you cannot see, and it decides who gets a clear path through the sky. It touches almost everything we use every day, but it does not trade stocks. It trades specific positions in space where satellites can safely live. What if companies could buy and sell a slice of the sky? What if countries could too? It sounds efficient, but hides a systemic risk. When price alone decides access, small errors can compound into irreversible failures. Ahead, the baseline of how orbits work today, the first-order gains and losses of turning slots into a commodity, the feedback loops that follow, the escalation, and the long-term world we wake up to. We will track how financial stress crosses into physical danger. Space is vast, but the useful lanes are limited. In geostationary orbit, neighbors must be spaced about 2 degrees apart to avoid interference. That means only about 180 usable geo slots, and LEO lanes are crowding fast. Coordination keeps hardware from colliding and signals from clashing. Now we change one rule and watch the system change us. The core problem: certain orbits are shared and limited. Like clean air or international waters, this is a commons, a classic tragedy of the commons. Now with orbital physics. GEO satellites must be spaced about 2 degrees apart to avoid interference. Only about 180 practical slots. In LEO, thousands move at 28,000 kilometers per hour. Even small debris is catastrophic. Today, a United Nations agency, the ITU, coordinates filings, objections, and technical fixes. Deliberately slow, bureaucratic by design, it prioritizes safety and stability over speed and profit. That conservatism helps prevent cascading collisions and interference. It treats space as a global commons for more than the highest bidder. Demand is exploding. More companies, more countries, communications, observation, research. Many see the ITU queue as a bottleneck. Proponents argue markets would allocate faster and better. But turning slots into simple commodities strips shared responsibility. It shifts incentives from long-term stability toward short-term gain. Silent risks grow inside the system, waiting for a trigger. If this perspective is useful, tap like to help it reach others. Drop a thought in the comments and subscribe for the next scenario. Today, in 2026, managing slots is international work. A country files on behalf of an operator, the ITU publishes, others review. Objections trigger coordination between engineers and diplomats. The system runs on transparency and consensus. It aims at technical safety, not at maximizing price. Careful spacing prevents a gold rush from ruining geo. Predictability underpins services and long-term investment. It can be slow, and power influences outcomes. Even so, it is a brake on reckless behavior. Guidelines encourage robust design and safe end-of-life deorbiting. The culture is cautious stewardship. A pure price market would be a radical departure. Coordination replaced with competition. From this baseline, we alter one variable. Price enters the sky, and incentives begin to move. Watch the safety margins, thin, then thinner. This is about mechanisms, not headlines. Now, price becomes the guide and the stressor. The tremor starts small, then it travels through the system. Turning location into an asset changes behavior. Imagine a treaty, or a unilateral move, declares orbital slots property. Bought, sold, leased, even mortgaged. Prices form, turning invisible value into visible numbers. Broadcasters pay premiums. Scientific missions get priced out. The slot becomes a financial asset on balance sheets. Firms assemble portfolios. Optimize return, not access. They buy not to use, but to speculate on rising prices. Access is commodified. Purchasing power replaces coordination. Well-funded actors outbid public interest missions and poorer nations. Risk moves from collective technical management to private financial exposure. Debt and equity start driving physical operations in orbit. And when finance shakes, orbit moves with it. Next, hoarding, and the contagion it feeds. Unused capacity becomes inventory. Prices climb, and incentives follow. Slot hoarding is predictable. Well-capitalized firms buy more than they need to block rivals. We have seen it with spectrum and domain names. Tradable rights become market power. Supply drops, demand stays high, prices climb, fueling more hoarding. Startups, smaller countries, public projects get shut out. Innovation slows under a gated sky. Highly leveraged owners are vulnerable. A downturn forces asset sales and sudden operational shifts. Under duress, rushed maneuvers raise collision probability. A spreadsheet loss morphs into debris risk, hundreds of kilometers up. In panic, some abandon end-of-life duties, others consolidate recklessly. Markets move in milliseconds. Orbits obey slow, unforgiving physics. The mismatch makes the system brittle. A small shock can cascade across space. As the slot market matures, friction escalates. Space is strategic. Intelligence and timing ride on satellites. If few control prime positions, governments will react. Nationalization, heavy taxes, even transaction freezes become options. Retaliation follows. Trade wars over slices of the sky. Without shared rules, interference and outages surge. The coordinated dance devolves into a free-for-all. Escalation invites militarization, keep-out zones, even anti-satellite threats. A market-driven collision could be misread as hostile action. Competition breeds tension, erodes cooperation, and raises physical and political risk. After cycles of escalation, the orbital environment is more fragile, more stratified, more dangerous. Prime positions consolidate under wealthy nations and corporations. Smaller players are pushed to risky margins, or out. Short-term incentives cut redundancy, fuel, and end-of-life care. Debris density creeps up. A single accident could cascade. Market efficiency engineering its own demise. Economics can price a slot. Physics sets the bill. Enjoyed the analysis? Like, comment with your take, and subscribe to explore more what-if realities with us. What scenario should we explore next? Share your ideas below. You've been watching Ifverse, where imagination meets possibility. See you in our next reality.